We began the season all the way back in March at the Daytona International Speedway, and race by race we eliminated these drivers from championship contention to get down to the four we have tonight. It is the finale race of the 2024 Herr's Elimination Series. Amber Palmer, Eric Monaco, Lauren Martinez, and Matthew Hubert going for the Herr's Elimination Series Championship here tonight. Only one will be victorious, and it's whoever finishes highest of those four in this 41-lap race at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. It's the finale of the Herr's Elimination Series. It's the Georgia 100K. Let's see who gets it done here with Thursday night racing on AG the channel. Hello everybody, this is AG here, and welcome to the Herr's Elimination Series finale. We are here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway, and the old Atlanta Motor Speedway, the one before they made it a super speedway in real life, even though the ironic thing about this track is it races more like it does in real life now than this track actually raced when it actually was prior to them making it a super speedway. If you get what I mean. It's a great track. We're going to be flying out here, pushing 208 miles per hour around this racetrack. And if the truck race that we saw about 6 weeks ago is any indication, this is going to be a fantastic race and a fantastic battle towards the championship. Join alongside Eddie Debs for the call of tonight's Herr's Elimination Series finale. And Eddie, it all comes down to this. All four of these championship contenders start in the top 10. And all of them have a very good chance at getting the championship here today. What do they need to do to keep themselves in contention and get this Elimination Series title here on this Thursday night?
I mean, realistically, it's what I've been saying from the beginning, which is limiting mistakes. Again, you said it's a speedway, so not a super speedway, but given the speeds on this track, you could see a lot of drivers just getting a little squirrely, coming out of corners, coming into corners, which means drivers are going to have to limit their mistakes, but also watch out for others in case of a major crash that, in reality, could take out a couple contenders if one should happen. So I'd imagine that that's going to be weighing on the four drivers' minds getting in. I mean, a couple of them definitely start at the front, so they aren't feeling the pressure, but a guy like Hubert starting in ninth, I mean, all it takes is two guys racing each other at the front a little too hard, and suddenly you're having to avoid a wreck. But I mean, that's about it. It's limiting mistakes. They've proven their skills at this point. It's all about limiting mistakes, and maybe the best driver with the best car who'll know this track the best will end up either in victory lane or just with the trophy at the end of tonight.
And it'll be fascinating to see who does end up getting the Herr's Elimination Series championship this evening. And it's very interesting with our four championship contenders, because of the four, there's one that stands out above the rest, and that is Eric Monaco driving the number 22. He actually has a championship on the channel. You actually see those Herr's Dash Series logos on the pit boxes. He won that championship 4 years ago. That was the first ever run of a rating series on the channel as well. Well, this is not a rating series. It's all equal ratings, but he is starting on the outside lane, the only of our championship contenders to start on the outside lane here tonight in that number 22. He could very well be at an advantage considering his experience. But Amber Palmer, 2 wins on the season, including Chicagoland. That was a great win for her back when we ran that one. And the last race at Talladega that awarded her the pole for this race. She's looking to get her 3rd win of the season here in the Elimination Series and clinch the Elimination Series title. Matthew Hubert, also a driver who has had a lot of success this season. He got a win at Texas early on and has consistently run up front in all of these races. And Lauren Martinez, she has also had a great season, got the win in Michigan a couple of races ago, but she's kind of been the quietest of the four if you really stop and think about it. But all four of them have a huge opportunity at their hands. The champion of this series will be awarded a ride in the Body Armor Pro Series next season. It's going to be kind of like an IROC series, but also still going to be the Body Armor Pro Series as we know it as well. Still going to use the same mod and all that, but it's going to be a jump up for whoever wins this title, because this series is not coming back next year, so it's going to be a huge deal if you get it done here tonight at Atlanta for this Herr's Elimination Series championship. And all you got to do is win the race if you're one of these four championship contenders. And all you got to do is beat 19 people to win the race. But realistically, all you got to do is beat the 3 other guys, but they're all really fast, and they have been fast all season long. It's going to be interesting to see if any of them have any issues as this race goes along here tonight, because like you said, Eddie, could end up with a wreck if they get a little too squirrely. And if you get caught up, well, that's it. That's your season. That's how so many of these drivers got eliminated throughout the season as well. I mean, just ask Michael Lewis and Owen Miles, who got eliminated at Daytona. Just a few laps into that race. They're both going for one more race victory before this season is done. Let's go ahead and get the starting lineup. Amber Palmer on the pole position in championship contention, along with Eric Monaco. They are both going for the title here tonight. We got eliminated drivers Brady Mardi Gras and Michael Lewis in row number 2. There is Lauren Martinez, the third of the championship contenders, to the inside of Alexander Rowe in the 79. Matthew Burnett in the 33 to the inside of Tyreek Hartman, both drivers eliminated from championship contention. And our last championship contender, Matthew Hubert, starting in the 9th position alongside Roberto Crown Jr. We got ourselves the 97 of James Richardson, who was the driver eliminated last week, or 2 weeks ago, I should say, at Talladega. He's to the inside of the 82 machine of Max Davis. We got Skylar Taylor and the 28 machine, driven by Brian Webb. We got the 75 of Andrew Williams and the 53 car, driven by Matt Hunter. Bradley Ream and the 17 of Aaron Abel. And then it's the 89 machine, that car driven by Bryce Egan, who was caught up in a mechanical issue at Talladega, and then the 57 there of Owen Miles, who was eliminated in the first race at Daytona. That was all the way back in March. It is now the middle of October, and we are here to crown a champion in the Herr's Elimination Series tonight and tomorrow night in the Body Armor Pro Series. Going to be a great one to finish out the season there, but we're going to taste of what that race is going to be like here tonight with this 41-lap race. Let's go ahead and get these drivers to roll off here in the Georgia 100K. And all right, Eddie. This is the moment. This is the moment where you jinx somebody. Who's winning the race and who's winning the championship? And you got to give me an answer.
Well, if I want to go with who was winning the race, you talked about Lauren Martinez being the sneakiest of the, well, quietest of the four, but you want to talk about someone who's sneaky. Brady Mardi Gras in between two drivers right there in that bottom row. He could realistically, if Amber Palmer's just trying to hold off Monaco and Martinez, sneak by Palmer and just take the lead as long as, I'm sure Palmer won't care in terms of winning the championship. But in terms of winning the championship, I'll have to go with the other yellow car on the racetrack. Matthew Hubert's going to just figure it out. Feels like he's been the driver who's been, getting bridesmaid more than he is the bride in all the races so far this season. He probably is the most second places of anyone. But if tonight's the night for him to get first, it's the perfect night to do so. And I know he's got the win at Texas, but, why not, dude? If you're part of this, you're going to be racing for Team Velocitar in the Cup, might as well prove why you're a champion tonight.
Of course, Matthew Hubert's definitely one of the strongest drivers in this field, but all four of them have a great opportunity at getting this championship, including the two drivers on the front row, Amber Palmer and Eric Monaco. This is a huge deal for Amber Palmer, her first ever run in a series, and she's going to have an opportunity to get a championship here tonight. Well, a good start for her here as we're green flag in the Herr's Elimination Series finale at Atlanta. And Lauren Martinez said, "I'm ready as well." To the inside for the race lead on Amber Palmer here. Opening lap of the race on the lap 2. She's going to take the championship lead away. Eric Monaco has found himself on the inside and is going for second on Palmer. And the top 3 positions are all championship contenders here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway.
I thought Eric Monaco had a bad jump, but then he moved down to the inside under Mardi Gras, underneath him, and is now fighting. It looked like for a second there Martinez might have smacked the wall coming out of 2, but then again, Damage isn't right now working with him. Martinez is strengthening that lead. When I was doing the whole F1 points series, it definitely was Martinez who was falling behind in terms of, just surviving. Has always been in the back, but, 25 points in the end of today. I don't know how far that'll get her up. We'll have to check when I redo it, but it doesn't matter at this point, because you can call yourself a Herr's Elimination Series champion if they can keep ending that lead, which is now up to about 4/10 of a second.
Yeah, she has pulled away as these guys continue the battle for second. Palmer does not want Monaco to be that second place driver, and it makes sense because even though we're here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway and we saw what we saw in the Truck Series, a bit more grip here tonight than what we saw in that Truck Series race, and track position will actually come into effect as we roll on throughout the evening. So Palmer wants to defend that track position on the 22 in terms of the championship, but she has to get around this 41 to win the championship. Here comes Alexander O splitting the middle. We'll see a lot of that here tonight. As the 79 of Alexander O would love to go to victory lane. It has not been a good season for him. Has not gotten a race victory here in the Elimination Series. Actually won a Wawa Cup Series race at Phoenix earlier this year. But up to third right now for the eliminated driver. Matthew Hubert, of all the championship competitors at this point, he is absolutely struggling the most. In the back half of the field right now in that 7 machine, he continues to get swallowed up 3 wide. And not exactly where Hubert wants to be, but still very early on in this race, lap 6 to 41, so a lot of time left to go here tonight at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. Alexander Rowe looking for second on Amber Palmer. Brady Mardi Gras still up here. Now about Roberto Crown Jr. I know they want that first win so bad. They've had a great run in the Truck Series so far, and they could very well get it done over there. But this is a huge opportunity in an equal rating series for them. They finally get it done. And they're in the top 5 right now here on lap number 7.
I mean, we talked about this earlier before the race started about how tire wear might come into account because it's a 41-lap race and no pit stops. But, I mean, that might play to Hubert's advantage, I think. If these guys are just going to keep racing each other, all Hubert needs to do is just hold them. And as soon as I say that, he can move down to the bottom and get some spots. He is going to be on the bottom lane now. Suddenly, he's back into it. Ew, Michael Lewis, that was a bit of a move. But yeah, Lauren Martinez has found the groove so far and is just, I mean, times are rather consistent these past couple laps, so it's really just going to take a single file group to maybe catch her at this point, although there's some help from Mardi Gras and Palmer, and they're working together now. They might be able to catch him, but just have to see how Martinez does off 3 and 4, and I think she's just maneuvering this part of the track better than any other driver so far. Then again, we're only 9 laps in, so who knows what else could happen.
Amber Palmer has done an excellent job just hanging right with Martinez right here, as Monaco is going to get shuffled 3 wide, and Monaco continues to slip back a little bit here in this 22 machine. Not at all what the championship competitor wants. Now, it's been a while. It's been a long time since they've done a championship race like this. Obviously, the Chick-fil-A Cup Series used to run the playoff format that NASCAR currently has, and then I actually became an educated person and decided to go points only. But the way this point system works out, or there's no point system here in the Elimination Series, it definitely creates for an exciting battle because all these guys are in the top 10 right now, all trying to catch up to Lauren Martinez. And one issue, hey, we saw mechanical issues in our last race at Talladega. That can happen here today with these guys averaging over 200 miles per hour around this place. Nobody is safe until the checker flag flies here at Atlanta. And these guys are right on each other as well. Monaco still with these guys. Amber Palmer still with Martinez. But this 41 machine has led nearly every lap so far here tonight. And she wants to essentially dominate this race and get this championship here tonight. But Palmer is right there in second. They're battling for third between Alexander Rowe and Brady Mardi Gras. Mardi Gras gets shuffled out of line right there. And Monaco's going to move to the inside. That was cool. That was close. Close, but they did not end up wrecking right there. They've had a couple of close moments. They really fanning out 3 wide going into turn 1 right there, but they have raced it clean so far. Keyword is so far.
And it looks like Hubert's going to get behind Monaco. Might have to end up working together at this point. I mean, looking at the other two, Palmer has been holding off everyone, and Martinez has been practically, gaining from having to watch Palmer defend everyone off just to try and hold second. Roberto Crown Jr. now might get under Palmer here, and that would give him second. He's getting closer and closer. Maybe this is the night. I might have picked the wrong guy, but it doesn't matter. Palmer's just got that run
off. That's the thing. They're going to win because he didn't pick him.
Well.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
That was a good run for Palmer, but not close enough to really get around the 41, and she's going to lose some momentum because of that. Roberto Crown Jr. looking back to the inside for a second. Alexander still in the middle of all this as well. Matthew Hubert struggled to really get up there. Right behind Michael Lewis right now in that 7 machine. But he is still top 10, and there's still a lot of time left in this race, especially if the tires start to wear out as Amber Palmer keeps on inching closer and closer to the back bumper of this 41, but just can't quite get a nose to the inside yet. Martinez holds on to the race lead for now. But I don't know if she's going to hold on to it for much longer because this 98's looking quick. How about Monaco essentially on the apron through the dog leg right there, trying to get to the inside of Crown and Mardi Gras right there. Going to slip up just a little bit. He's going to lose some momentum. There is a lot of grip on the outside, but Amber Palmer might finally have a shot at the lead right here to the inside of Lauren Martinez here on lap 15.
It's going to be close enough to... Oh, man, Martinez has figured it out through Man, she just figured out that exit through 4, because she's just absolutely keeping Palmer off it. And we're seeing like a battle of half of the racetrack. It seems like Palmer's got the better through 1 and 2, but Martinez is the better 3 and 4. Alexander Rowe now looking up 4th spot. Hubert's back with Monaco. Those two are, we can kind of say, practically out of it. Roberto Crown's still trying to find it on the apron, and man, that move took a lot out of Palmer, because now she's given up a good amount of spots to Martinez. Maybe that is the tire wear catching up to her. She did go 3 tries, and maybe the 3rd was the charm, but not too much. Man, Rowe's gonna be close to Crown. Are they gonna? Yep, they're gonna make it stick. Ooh boy, Rowe and Crown Jr. might be they're playing savior to Miss Lauren Martinez, because she is going to benefit greatly if Rowe and Crown can get around him. But they might pull Hubert. Hubert's finally found himself in there. Ooh boy, coming to 18 laps. This is gonna get interesting. As ooh boy, man. I don't think anyone... I keep saying Martinez might have figured out this track. I don't know if she has. But Monaco's going to pull right in front of Hubert, so... Now, I mean, Martinez has to watch both lines. And with how close it is.
And that outside lane is exactly where the grip is at this point in the race. And Amber Palmer had some grip up there, but then she lost it. And now Alexander Rowe might have a shot to the inside here. And this time it's going into turn number 1. And that 79 has had a lot of grip on that inside throughout this run. Gonna try to wash it up just a little bit to get Martinez way out of line. That might be the opportunity for Alexander Rowe to take this lead away. And here's the thing, if Martinez loses the lead, she could get shuffled back, and then these 3 guys who are still all right up here, Palmer, Monaco, and Hubert, could find a way around her. But Martinez holds on once again. It is very hard to make a pass here, a lot like the Xfinity Series here in real life nowadays, where it's just really hard to get around these guys the way the aerodynamics work here. But all has to do with the grip on this racetrack. It is nighttime. It is a cooler racetrack. And because of that, these guys, they're just flying around. You see the average speed of this race, 201.297. And we got 1x set to the tire wear, so it's going to take a while for that tire wear to come into effect as well. That's why they keep on ripping it around here. These 3 have pulled away. Martinez, Rowe, and Crown Jr. now all on the line. And Martinez getting shuffled out of line. That is a mid-corner shift up the racetrack, and Alexander Rowe has a nose to the inside for this race lead.
It's going to come down to whether or not Crown pushes Martinez or Rowe here. And oh, just gave it enough for Martinez to get around. And now Crown's going to get out of line. Again, what I say, single file matters most for 3 wide. And it's 2 of the championship contender. They're going to hold it. Again, they have enough room to do 3 wide at this point, so might as well keep that. But when you look back up front, we got Hubert slipping back. We got Palmer slipping back. Monaco's just kind of catching the draft of Rowe. Might be able to make some sort of charge. When you look at it, that's Crown just trying to get under Martinez. No one's been able to get past Martinez, and I think... I mean, that's why... Ooh, boy, now Rowe's going to make it even more interesting. Going that far down, Martinez is just going to hold the high line, and that's going to allow Alexander Rowe to not quite get past Crown. This is getting real interesting, because people... Ooh.
Look at that. Crown was looking to the inside, but all that grip's up top now. And that's what's made it so hard for these guys to pass Martinez, is because she's been able to utilize that outside lane to her advantage. Just keep that grip and keep the race lead. But these guys are coming close, and I have a feeling that at some point somebody is going to be able to get around her and then take this race lead away. Meanwhile, second in the championship now is Eric Monaco in 4th place, I should say. And then you have Amber Palmer running 5th, and then Hubert back there in 9th. So Hubert's kind of falling behind here. And I feel like Eric Monaco's just waiting for his pseudo-teammate of Roberto Crown Jr. to move to the inside of this 41 and get her out of the way so he can take the championship lead. You don't need to win the race to win the championship. You just need to finish ahead of the other championship competitors. But right now, Lauren Martinez has been doing that every single lap in this race so far here at Atlanta. But Roberto Crown Jr., he has a faster race car. This 21 is trying all they can to get around this 41. Just haven't found the grip quite yet. They might have a shot right here if they can move it into turn number 1.
It's gonna depend, because Martinez has just been defending like, I don't know. I can't name a great defender right now, but man, he's just gonna hold it. Problem is, these 3 in a line have attracted Eric Monaco is now up to the back bumper of Rowe. Trying out to help Rowe's antics out of 2 of these past couple of laps. Now he's gonna try it again into 3. It's gonna work. well, it might work. I keep saying that, and then, well, the outside lane gets the grip and it's over. And yeah, it's who's gonna hold it at least, but it's gonna lose. Monaco's gonna lose the draft because of this. And they're gonna stay side by side, which again gives Martinez more of an advantage.
Roberto's got a huge run there through the corner.
Oh wait,
they might have a shot to just dive it in this time. Trying to get Martinez squirrely. They have a nose, but Martinez has the outside lane, and the 41 holds on to the race lead for now. Keep in mind, tomorrow's race as well in the Body Armor Pro Series is also without a cycle of pit stops. So we'll see a similar fall-off with those guys and what we've seen here tonight. I tell you, Roberto's coming close every single time. Just trying all they can to get around this 41. And you know there's a lot on the line for Roberto. I feel like this race win might actually mean more for Roberto Crown Jr. than the championship would for any of the championship competitors, because Roberto's been driving on the channel for over 4 years at this point and has never gone the victory lane. The opportunity is right there in front of them here, as you got Eric Monaco now looking, and Alexander Rowe now looking as well. Crown's going to get a good run on this outside lane. Martinez slides up tremendously, and Crown's going to have a huge run down the backstretch here for the race lead.
Oh, this is going to be it. Can he make it? He's going to get better than he's ever had.
You got to slide her up.
Oh,
here we go. They're side by side. This is the first time anyone's been able to make the inside stick through turn 4. Martinez will lead the lap. Roberto's going to have to hold the inside slide up in the turn 1. Will they be able to do it? No. The grip on the outside lane prevails again for Lauren Martinez.
It's a grip game, and Lauren Martinez has won every single fight so far because of it. At this point, you got to think for a driver, especially for guys like Palmer and Hubert, like the race is swept away by this point. I mean, Hubert's kind of getting up to the back of that pack, but they're going to need something more. Especially since we're starting to creep towards, you know, the point of no return. I know it's still like 6 laps till that point, but that's got to be weighing on their minds right now is they're just trying to fight with these 4 drivers, and even Monaco is now starting to flip back. Oh boy. Lauren Martinez, I mean, unless it's, I don't know, karma or something catches up with her, I think she might be ready to pull away, especially if Crown cannot make that move stick, because as long as she doesn't give up first, she can just use the high line to her advantage all night long as she has been.
Keep in mind, too, the tires are going to wear out more and more as this run goes along. So Lauren Martinez is not in the clear quite yet when it comes to that. And Roberto's still right there behind her. It's not over yet. That was a huge opportunity for Roberto. Could not make the pass stick, and now they're going to have to wind up a couple more laps to get around this 41, if that's going to be possible. And Monaco's just hoping that 21 does get around Martinez. Martinez getting the grip once again on the outside. There's just a lot more grip up there than there is on the inside lane, and that is the huge difference here tonight in Atlanta. Palmer's still holding on to 5th, and Hubert's still holding on to the lead of this pack. These guys have not gotten away from each other, and they got to be careful not to wreck. Of course, I know some of these guys, as Roberto's got to run now. They got a huge run that time around. Will they be able to dive it in the turn number 1? Oh boy, it's going to be tight.
Probably not. Rowe's going to help him. Rowe's going to help Martinez. At least a tiny spin. Yeah, he's going to have to pull back. Ooh, Rowe with the switchback doesn't pay off.
Oh, Roberto's going to have another shot here, though. A lot more momentum going into the corner. Tell you, it's got to be aggravating if you're Roberto Crown Jr., you're Alexander Rowe, being stuck behind this 41 as long as you have and just have not been able to get around her. Of course, the 41's got a fast car, that is for sure, but these guys do as well. And that's evidenced by how close they've been able to keep this 41 this entire race. And now Alexander Rowe looking for 2nd on Roberto Crown Jr. right there, but Roberto's going to get a run on the outside lane again. There's just so much more grip on the higher lane here under the lights than we did at the daytime in the Truck Series. And Roberto once again is going to have a run. The thing is, there's only 6 laps to go here in this Georgia 100K. Time is running out here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway, and Lauren Martinez, she can let these 2 guys by. It's Eric Monaco who she has to worry about in terms of this championship. Amber Palmer slipped up tremendously. She is 2.5 seconds behind. And these guys really aren't going to be a factor in terms of the race victory or the championship at this point. Roberto's going to try it again. Trying once again to the inside of Lauren Martinez. They're going to have a run going in the 1. This time around, they got to slide it up in the corner and get Martinez way on the outside, and they're not quite doing that. That's the key. That's what you got to do. Got to be aggressive going for that race lead. And Roberto's just not been aggressive enough, getting that 41 out of line.
And that, unfortunately, might not pay off, because we are in the point of no return. I mean, 4 laps to go. Caution ends the race. At this point, Lauren Martinez has just got to make sure nothing bad happens. And if she gets past, you know, quietly, safely, no crazy movements. Is Crown going to try again? No.
They're going to keep on trying.
Well, he might. He's going to keep on trying, but it might. He's just going to. He's like he's got to punch on a brick wall at this point. You know, same thing's just going to keep happening. Maybe he might chip it, but, you know, you're still going to feel the same pain at this point. He is just. I guess the better one would be Sisyphus pushing the boulder up the hill. You might just be feeling like Sisyphus right now. He just cannot get it, but he's got the nose.
Not going to peek down this time. The next time by, it's going to be 2 laps to go here at Atlanta. And these guys are just all inches. You can tell just how much faster these two guys are because of how close they are to Lauren Martinez here. The thing for Lauren, she can win the championship still if she lets these two guys by. Because Monaco is now almost 2 seconds off the race lead at this point, and here we go. Are the tires falling off enough to where Roberto can get a run? The thing is, that's another thing. There's not enough grip in the tires at this point for these guys to really hold on, and I think they have just completely fallen off at this point. And Roberto's going to have one more shot to do it. Lauren Martinez has just gone on an absolute tear here tonight. She's going to take the white flag here in the Georgia 100K. One more shot for Roberto Crown Jr. to win this race. Will they get to the back bumper and have a shot? All he got to do is beat him at the line, and the last time we were here, we had 2 1/1000ths of a second for the race win. But you got to get side by side in order for that to happen. There's only 2 more corners to go for Roberto Crown Jr. Martinez holding the inside lane. And that, my friends, how you win a championship. Lauren Martinez is not only going to win the race, but she's your Her's Elimination Series champion in 2024.
That's... Well, if you wanted to put a statement on a championship, that's how you do it. Just go the whole dang way. That had to have been about 39 laps led for Lauren Martinez, and she just did not let anybody by. And
wow.
In the end, the ultimate defense strategy pays off. And, well, you're going to BAPS, baby. How do you like that?
Be in touch with Mr. Andrews, the agent of this driver, for that here shortly. Man, I've really got to be honest. I feel for Roberto Crown Jr. in that moment. It's just been so many times for them trying to get that first career win, and they clearly have the faster car. Just could not get around the 41 there, and that's just the nature of the racetrack here tonight. Just so much grip, and we're going to see that tomorrow as well in the Pro Series. But, man, those guys might drive a little bit differently in the next-gen cars. There's just so much speed in these cars. And they're just perfect through the air. You know, this is really not much of an aero wash here. Because then again, too, that's partly why we had such an issue with these guys not being able to make the passes, I guess. Eric Monaco will finish 2nd in the championship. Amber Palmer will finish 5th. And then Matthew Hubert just really wasn't up there at all tonight. Going to finish 13th. But Lauren Martinez wins the championship here in the Her's Elimination Series. What a run for Martinez. Got the win in Michigan a couple months ago. It just kept the momentum going and found herself in the right place at the right time. Took that race lead right away. She started 5th and just drove around everybody and held on to the race lead the entire race. We don't see races like this too often on the channel where someone just dominates like that, and it's not a rating series because, hey, we've seen that. We saw that with Blaine Keys at Rockingham a couple weeks ago. I mean, hey, we saw that with Blaine Keys at Charlotte this past weekend. Sorry to give that away to you, Eddie, but hey, we've seen a lot of dominance in these races as of late. We'll see if we see it tomorrow in the Body Armor Pro Series finale. But either way, final thoughts on this one, Eddie, and what are you looking forward to in tomorrow night's Body Armor Pro Series finale?
Well, given the fact that, I mean, this was a very, heavy domination out of Lauren Martinez. And given that, I mean, we're walking to BAPS with only 3 drivers, one less than this one. I mean, what else can we expect out of BAPS? I don't exactly remember where Drew Webb, I think it's Webb, Keys, and Barretto were starting. But no matter where they start, I mean, with all the way they shuffled in the first couple laps, either 3 of those could really find themselves in the top 10. And after that, it's whatever goes until you reach the line, get the points, and you figure out who's a champion. In the end, good job to Matthew Hubert, Monaco, and Palmer to get here And a great job by Lauren Martinez to quietly get their way into the Final Four and prove all the doubters wrong with what I can only call as a heck of a dominating victory to win the championship. Not the most dominant championship win, but it's a championship win, and that's really all that matters at the end of the day.
How about that one for John Andrews' driver right there, Lauren Martinez, getting the job done here. She was kind of the quiet one, like we mentioned at the start of this race. Really haven't seen much of her all season long. She did get the win in Michigan, but like you said, you were kind of keeping track if, we used the Body Armor Pro Series point system in this series, where she would have been. She was down there. She was very low in the championship standings, but she managed to stay in it each and every race. And she got herself an opportunity at this championship here tonight, and she took it home. Led nearly every lap. I don't think she led the first one. I think Amber Palmer did get that first lap led, but once Lauren Martinez went out there was no catching her, even if you had a faster race car. Hey, it's like a regular old next-gen race out there, We're used to that at this point in the year of our Lord 2024, aren't we? Well, Lauren Martinez gets the job done here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. Thank you guys so much for watching the season here in the Her's Elimination Series. Like I said, I know this series is not returning next year, but we are going to have something for you guys who are on YouTube, who are not in the Discord, to have a full-time ride. Next year, it won't be the Body Armor Pro Series, but it'll be something kind of close. We'll announce it here in a couple of days in the Discord. If you're in there, then you'll see more information on that as we move on throughout the rest of the year. But thank you so much, Eddie, for joining me pretty much this whole season. Eddie's been great this entire season. He really, really enjoys this, and he really takes it seriously, and that's why you've heard him so many times this year. He is very dependable with that, and is a great co-commentator, and hopefully you'll hear him on tomorrow's race as well, along with Andrew Miller for the Body Armor Pro Series finale as well. So thank you, Eddie, for all that you've done this year, and hey, huge congratulations to Lauren Martinez, your Her's Elimination Series champion here in 2024. Thank you guys so much for watching once again. Congratulations to Lauren Martinez, and on behalf of Eddie Debs, I will see you guys later.